There was a guy named Bilal who believed he was the smartest person in his entire neighborhood. Not just normal smart, no. He thought he was Google with emotions. If someone sneezed, Bilal would say, "It's probably a mild allergic reaction caused by airborne particles traveling at approximately 3.5 meters per second." Nobody ever asked him anything, but Bilal always answered. One day, Bilal decided he needed to prove his intelligence once and for all. "Today," he said dramatically while looking into the mirror, "the world will finally recognize my genius." His mother, who was standing behind him, said, "First recognize your dirty room, genius." Ignoring that, Bilal came up with a plan. He would go to the local market and solve problems for people. "Free advice," he said. "People love free things." That was the only correct thing he said all day. So off he went to the market. The first person he saw was a fruit seller struggling to arrange his apples. Bilal jumped in like a superhero nobody called. "Stop!" Bilal shouted. The fruit seller froze. "What?" the seller asked. "You are arranging apples inefficiently," Bilal said confidently. "You must use a triangular distribution pattern for maximum visual appeal and sales optimization." The fruit seller stared at him. "Bhai, I'm just stacking apples." But Bilal didn't listen. He started rearranging everything. Apples rolled everywhere, one fell, then another, and suddenly it looked like an apple escape mission. People started slipping. One guy almost did a full Bollywood stunt. After 5 minutes of chaos, the fruit seller shouted, "Bus! Genius Sahib, please leave." Bilal dusted his hands proudly. "You're welcome." He was not welcome. Next, Bilal spotted a barber shop. "Perfect," he thought. "I will improve their business model." He walked in and saw a man getting a haircut. "Excuse me," Bilal interrupted. "Your technique is outdated." The barber paused. "Excuse me?" "You need to incorporate modern geometric precision," Bilal explained. "Let me demonstrate." Before anyone could stop him, Bilal grabbed the scissors. Now, it's important to understand Bilal had never cut hair in his life, not even his own. Snip. A chunk of hair fell. The customer's eyes widened in horror. The barber's soul left his body for a second. "What are you doing?" the barber yelled. "Creating layers," Bilal said confidently. Another snip. Now the haircut looked like a confused bird had tried to build a nest and gave up halfway. The customer stood up slowly, looked in the mirror, and said, "I came for a haircut, not a life crisis." Bilal smiled nervously. "It's modern." Let's just say Bilal left that shop faster than Wi-Fi disconnects during an important download. Still determined, Bilal said, "Great geniuses are never understood in their time." So he went to a tea stall. There, a group of men were arguing about cricket. Clearly, one man said, "Our team lost because of poor batting." "No," another argued, "it was the bowling." Bilal stepped in dramatically. "You are all wrong." The group went silent. Bilal continued, "The real issue is psychological imbalance combined with environmental pressure and possibly bad luck." One man squinted. "So, everything?" Bilal nodded, proudly. "Exactly." They all stared at him for a few seconds. Then one of them said, "Chai pio or chuk ho jao." For the first time in his life, Bilal had no reply. He quietly took a cup of tea and sat down. Maybe, just maybe, he thought, he didn't need to prove anything today. As he sipped his tea, something unexpected happened. Nobody asked for his advice. Nobody needed his genius. And strangely, everything was fine. His phone buzzed. It was a message from his mother. "Come home and bring eggs, and don't give advice to the shopkeeper." Bilal smiled. Maybe, he said to himself, true intelligence is knowing when to stay quiet. He stood up, finished his tea, and walked toward the grocery store. He entered confidently, picked up a tray of eggs, and went to the counter. The shopkeeper asked, "Anything else?" Bilal opened his mouth, paused, closed it again. "Nothing," he said. He paid and turned to leave. Then suddenly he turned back and said, "Actually, you should arrange your eggs in a more structurally stable—" The shopkeeper raised an eyebrow. Bilal froze. "Never mind," he said quickly, and ran out. Some habits take time.